Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unmanned, drone pilot pleads guilty to helicopter hit. Also, AeroVironment to acquire Arcturus UAV. And Sony's Airpeak drone publicly unveiled. Welcome to Aero-News Network's Airborne-Unmanned program, a weekly program covering all things unmanned in partnership with AUVSI, the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International. Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. We have a packed episode today filled with the latest news, so let's start with, remember that story about a dumb drone pilot hitting a helicopter? Well, he pleaded guilty. As previously noted, a California drone pilot was arrested on suspicion of having flown his hobby drone into an LAPD helicopter. Now, this overtly errant drone pilot has pleaded guilty to a federal criminal charge that he recklessly operated a drone that crashed into and damaged a fuselage of a Los Angeles Police Department helicopter. Andrew Rene Hernandez, who's just 22 years old, pleaded guilty to one misdemeanor count of unsafe operation of an unmanned aircraft. According to his plea deal, on September 18th of last year at approximately 12:18 in the morning, Hernandez heard police vehicles driving near his residence and a police helicopter flying overhead. Curious about the commotion, Hernandez launched a drone that he owned towards the police activity and in the helicopter's direction. An LAPD helicopter operated by two police officers was first flying towards the reported emergency at a pharmacy in Hollywood. As the helicopter approached the pharmacy, the pilot saw the drone and attempted to evade the unmanned aircraft, but a collision occurred. United States District Judge George H. Wu scheduled a hearing on April 12th, which will be the sentencing hearing, at which time Hernandez will face a statutory maximum sentence of 1 year in federal prison. Coming up after the break, Virgin Orbit's Demo 2 launch deploys NASA payloads. That and more after these messages.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Skydio Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skydio has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skydio's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskydio.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team. Swift Fuels proudly introduces the Forever Avgas STC. One simple upfront purchase entitles the Forever STC certificate holder to receive all current and future Avgas STCs that the FAA issues to Swift Fuels. The best part? It's priced today at only $100, and the prepaid certificate never expires. Get your Forever Avgas STC today at swiftfuelsavgas.com.
Welcome back. In the next Unmanned Minute, let's take a brief look at a few of the shorter stories that are making the rounds of the unmanned vehicle communities. Check this out. Mission achieved. Virgin Orbit's Launch Demo 2 deploys NASA payloads. Virgin Orbit confirms that its unmanned Launcher 1 rocket reached space during the company's second launch demonstration, successfully deploying 10 payloads for NASA's Launch Services Program. Virgin Orbit's launch system uses a technique called air launch, in which a rocket is launched from under the wing of a jet aircraft, rather than from a traditional launch pad on the ground. After a smooth release from the aircraft, the two-stage rocket ignited and powered itself to orbit. At the conclusion of the flight, the Launcher 1 rocket deployed 10 CubeSats into the team's target orbit. FAA posts initial Super Bowl 55 flight requirements. Drone pilots who want to fly around Tampa, Florida from February 3rd until the 9th will need to check out the FAA NOTAM for air traffic procedures for the area. Super Bowl 55 is Sunday, February 7th at Raymond James Stadium. As a designated national security special event, additional unmanned aircraft restrictions will be in place before, during, and after the Super Bowl. And yes, the Super Bowl is a no-drone zone. The FAA has published a webpage with information for Tampa, Florida area airspace and airports. Skydio earns CES 2021 Best Innovation Award. The Skydio X2 has received a CES 2021 Best of Innovation Award for drones and unmanned systems. The announcement was made ahead of the first ever all-digital CES 2021. Skydio X2 is the company's new autonomous drone for enterprise and public sector customers. Skydio X2 pairs Skydio autonomy and all-driven systems that gives drones the skills of an expert pilot with a foldable, highly portable airframe that leverages hyper-strength composites to withstand the most demanding environments. DRL reaches betting deal with Sports Gaming Operation, and they are ready to take your money. The Drone Racing League has announced a deal with DraftKings Inc. to make the sports technology and entertainment company an official sports betting partner of DRL. Upon completion of this deal, DRL drone races became the first aerial sporting event upon which fans can wager. Mobile sports betting on DRL drone races is currently legal in Colorado, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Tennessee, and West Virginia, with regulatory approvals pending in additional states. That was our Unmanned Minute. Now let's return to the rest of the news. AeroVironment to acquire Arcturus UAV. AeroVironment and Arcturus UAV have entered into a definite agreement under which AeroVironment will acquire Arcturus UAV for a total purchase price of $405 million, including $355 million in cash and $50 million in stock. The transaction, which was unanimously approved by the AeroVironment and Arcturus UAV Board of Directors, is expected to accelerate AeroVironment's strategy to drive profitable growth and value by expanding into attractive adjacent segments and by broadening its capabilities and customers' footprint. Founded in 2004, Arcturus UAV has approximately 270 employees, designed and manufactures Group 2 and Group 3 UAS, and provides related services including contractor-owned, contractor-operated services. Arcturus UAV is the leading supplier of U.S. SOCOM, supporting its $1.4 billion MEUAS 3 and 4 programs, and one of the 4 awardees selected for funded development and demonstration supporting the U.S. Army's FT-UAS program and a potential billion-dollar next-generation UAS program. Arcturus UAV has a demonstrated track record of solid performance, with top-line growth exceeding 20% for each of its last 2 fiscal years. After the break, Sony unveils its Airpeak aircraft. Those details after these messages.
Are you ready to ace your FAA drone pilot knowledge test, get your remote pilot certificate, and start earning money? Well, flying a drone is a great tool that can open up new business opportunities for anyone. Realtor, insurance adjuster, videographer, or commercial weekend drone warrior, you need to fly legally. Whether you're pursuing your initial Part 107 remote pilot certificate or you need a renewal, King Schools has a course just for you. So start learning today at kingschools.com.
The LT is just another tick on your pre-flight checklist, until you need it. Did you ever wonder what would happen if you had an engine failure over the mountains, marshland, or other dangerous terrain? Take to the skies confidently with the most reliable and highest performing ELTs and safety products on board that instantly mobilize life-saving search and rescue across the world. Read survivor stories from aviators and adventurers who survived life-threatening encounters thanks to ACR and RTEC's life-saving technology. Luck favors the prepared at survivorclub.com.
I believe that if people use the landing doctor training program, they will have less accidents and eventually their insurance will go down and they will make a superior pilot. We do personal limitation checklists, which is the most important reason you need to fly with limits. We do ground proximity awareness training, and we do this with a crosswind. We've been operating 6 Bristells for 2 years without one insurance claim. The Landing Doctor program is working, and you're gonna hear more about it.
Welcome back. Sony's Airpeak drone publicly unveiled. During the festivities last week surrounding CES' somewhat lackluster virtual 2021 event, Sony has unveiled their Airpeak aircraft as part of its drone project dedicated to the area of AI robotics. The drone that has now been seen a few times, questions are slowly being answered about its mission and capabilities. Airpeak is expected to be released to the public this spring and is specifically aimed at professional photographers and video pros. Exact dimensions of the quadcopter were not yet provided, but the aircraft is supported by 2 landing gear extensions that retract upward when it takes flight. In this first phase of its deployment, Sony will launch a new business segment in the spring of this year. The drone can be equipped to fly with an alpha mirrorless camera, and it's reportedly the smallest unmanned aircraft capable of flying with this equipment. Sony is teasing further info and is offering only gradual details as they lead into the spring launch timeframe. Well, that does it for our show today. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also catch episodes of our show on Roku and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne in the directory. We hope you enjoy the show. We'll see you next time.